Under this head cover is my driver, and under this head cover is a club that's making me think maybe I should put my driver in the bin. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, I'd like to warmly welcome you all back to the channel, and I'd also like to welcome you back to a wonderful and sunny Woolwich Park Golf Club. In today's video, I'm discussing whether I should bin my driver because recently I injured my leg quite badly actually, to the point where I couldn't hit a driver but I could hit kind of soft irons and a soft 3-wood. It's actually been going quite well. Now the knee's almost better. Almost. A lot of people have been in the comments, and especially people who I've been playing with, have been saying, James, why would you even bother putting the driver back in the bag? Why would you even think about it? You've never hit as many fairways, and I've never really seen you score as well. And for once I listened and thought, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And by bin, I mean, I don't really mean in the bin, but like, just don't use it. So today we're going to play 3 of the hardest and longest holes here at Woolwich Park Golf Club, the 12th, the 13th, and you guessed it, the 14th hole. And we're going to see just what we can score, because if I can shoot a round level par, and by a round level par I mean level par, then do you need a driver? Yes, it's summer, yes, the ball is travelling, and yes, it's fairly hard underfoot, but we are playing it off the back tees, and to put it into perspective, this hole measures 460 yards. It's a par 4. Can I hit my drive? Can I stick driver? No, just a nice easy one. We're not going to step on it as though the knee's better, because it's not better yet. And that's exactly the shot I've been playing. A nice big high fade just in the right hand side. Oh, this is going to be... surely not. Good that, wasn't it? So guys, I should probably say, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Please do consider smashing that subscribe button before you do leave. That way you won't miss any of the great golf related content I bring to you guys every day. And if getting amongst it and getting involved is your thing, make sure you get in the comments and let me know what's your favourite club to hit off the tee, because I think it's quite obvious what mine's turning into. It's not what it used to be. Can we? I don't think I can go that way actually. Away we go. You see, I reckon there's a lot of people just like me who certainly can't multitask that well, so I shall spin us round, but who are thinking about leaving driver in the bag, who are thinking about just not taking driver as often, because generally I find that I hit the fairway more. Statistically, I bet it's probably not the case, but certainly I feel more comfortable, and I've certainly felt like I don't have to swing it as hard because I'm not chasing the distance. Does it lead me further back? Probably yes. But then my iron play's been pretty good. So you see here on this 460 yard hole, it looks like we've left ourselves around 200 yards. I will get an actual distance. Would we be further down with driver? Maybe yes. Would we be over there in the trees with driver? Potentially yes. Would we be in the trees on the right with driver? Maybe yes. So, does it make sense to leave driver at home or put it in the bin? You see, this isn't a video that I've done because I've done one video and hit every fairway with a 3-wood, and it's now the all saving grace and hallelujah to the 3-wood, because it's been around 5 to 6 weeks, and this is the first actual day I've actually felt kind of fit, okay, healthy, something like that. Because I wouldn't jump to conclusions after just playing a few holes, because that would make no sense at all. So how far have we got left in? Remember, 460 yards. There's not a lot of wind today. And I have 209 yards in. So you'll see that I do have some different irons in here today. These are Nick Blissicks, so thank you ever so much, Nick, for lending me these. The video on these will be out. In fact, it might even have been yesterday, so I'm filming a few. Oh, sorry, Nick. I'm filming a few today. I'm going to go with this 5 iron, because I feel like out of the rough there, this is probably enough, especially out of this kind of fly as well. Oh, these look good actually. Oh wow. Nick, you're not getting these back, mate, I'm afraid, because that's easy. Way too easy. Wonderful. But back to the 3-wood. So you may notice there that I played a Titleist TSi3 3-wood, lofted down a little bit, fitted to my specs. And I never actually kind of definitely wanted to game this 3-wood. It's a funny story, because I was gaming the Sim2 3-wood, and then I tested the Callaway 3-wood and quite like that. And now I'm testing the Titleist 3-wood, and I've just been testing it and testing it and testing it. And you know when you don't really search for a club to get in your bag, but the club finds you. I almost feel like that's what's happened here with this Titleist 3 wood, because it's just been too good to not have in there, and I think that's a sign of a beautiful relationship. So you can see here, we're just a little bit long right. I can't really blame anything on that. I'm actually quite happy with how that's finished. So now it all boils down to one thing and one thing only: short game, which on a hole that's 460 yards long, I think is always going to be the case. Now, Chris would absolutely kill me here because I'm going to go with lob wedge, but it's been working. 9 times out of 10 I've been getting good results using the trusty lob wedge. So let's see what we can get here. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. A bit of spin as well. Effective and entertaining, I think, is the 2 words I'd use to describe that shot. Oh, I can't believe it's finished outside the camera lens as well. There. Just outside left. And that is a par. 460 yards, 3 wood, 5 iron, chip and a putt. Easy-ish, not really. Not easy at all. And so that is a par on probably one of the harder holes, trying to kill me this putter, one of the harder holes on the golf course, stroke index 3, so officially the 3rd hardest hole on the golf course, one of the narrowest holes I find for finding the fairway, which we just managed not to do, but that's okay, that doesn't matter. The next hole's uphill, I think it's stroke index 1, so yeah. You see, it's actually a nice hole this, because it's up there, so you think, oh, that looks like a nice short hole. Then you keep going and going and going all the way down to the white tees, which are down here. So we have 393, stroke index 1, uphill. I said there was no wind, I'm lying, there's definitely a wind now. Up there. And interestingly, I always used to lose my ball left here with driver, always, like it just seems to have some kind of fix on me. And actually another bonus for using a 3 wood is you find so many of these little bad boys, you don't even have to buy T-pegs. And that's the Yorkshire in me right there. Right, this has to be a lower one. Can stay under any wind that there is and chase up. Oh, that's so good. And that's actually on a line where if it was driver, I think I'd lose it. We haven't. Might be left hand rough, but yes. Where am I going? Now there's just something about the sound of a nicely struck 3 wood. I don't know what it is. The Titleist TSi3 wood definitely is up there for sounding clubs. But it sounds amazing, doesn't it? It sounds so much better than a driver, so different than a driver. So I've done it again. So kind of soft, and one thing that I have been noticing as well is that with these 3 woods that I've been hitting, if I do get them a little bit bottomy out the face, they come out really low and penetrating, where usually if you get a club low out the face, it'd start low, then it'd spin up and it would balloon up into the air. That's not the case. I don't know if that's a specific thing with the Titleist TSi, but certainly enjoying it. It may be something that I've slowed the swing down just a touch. So here we're going to have about 160 in uphill. And again, if I would have hit driver here, I think on the angle I would have definitely been in the rough and maybe even in the trees, which is where I have succumbed to losing quite a few of my Taylormade picks. This is actually the hole where Operation Find Picks did originate. So there's a history lesson for you. We have 159 yards, so the 160 shot wasn't actually that bad, was it? So there, I think we can afford to use Nick's. It's uphill. I'm going to use 7 iron into a bit of wind. I think these are definitely a club longer than mine. So let's go with it. Oh, that's so good. Oh, be good. Oh, that's scary. Sorry, Nick. This video isn't even about these irons, but that was delightful. You see, I totally get that there is a time and a place to hit a driver, understand 100% shouldn't hit driver all the time, but when it's stroke index 1 and it's uphill and it's a 400-yard hole, you kind of feel like you should probably hit driver, don't you? So that's where, for me, I used to hit driver in this hole. I used to lose a lot of golf balls and effectively ruin any good round that I did have going. Same on the next hole. The next hole, it's a par 5, it is downhill, but it's a reachable par 5 if you get a tee shot away. So the last thing you want to do is sacrifice that, because if you do sacrifice that and you end up making 5 on what is effectively a par 4.5, for anyone that can really get it out there but keep it in play, you feel like you're giving your shots back to your playing partners, to the field, and to everyone else that's actually left us with a horrible putt. So Nick, your irons are too good and too long. There you go, I've said it. If I can get this within a few feet, a pint, but I can't buy you all a pint. I don't even know if I'm in shot here, I hope I am. Take the turn now, now go. Keep going, keep going. Oh, that's delightful, James. And that is another 4, which on holes stroke index 1 and 3, ain't 3 bad. And that's interesting, because one thing I have been noticing throughout the weeks of hitting 3 woods and kind of having half sets in the bag and things like that, just to carry on getting out playing and enjoying it, is that yes, I've been hitting a lot of fairways and hitting a lot of greens, but a lot of it has been like that. That was by no means a birdie chance. If that went in, it would have been, well, lucky realistically. Whereas when I'm hitting driver and I have a few wedges into some holes, which if you get the right wind here you can, obviously you're going to have a little bit of a closer shot for your birdie, hopefully. So it's kind of peaks and troughs, isn't it? And this is where Big Dog usually does come out as well. 530 yards, par 5. You're always going to try and get this out there, aren't you, to leave yourself with hopefully like a mid-iron in down for your eagle, or to get close for eagle. Whereas this, you're probably talking long iron at best. But if you don't snap hook it left and shout 4 right, of which jumpers are still available, even, should there be? Should I take them off? No, no. But then I suppose if I did take driver out of the bag, or even binned it, I'll keep saying that so the title's relevant, what happens if you do want to step on one? What happens when really you're chasing a score and a par's no good to you here? You want to make birdie, you need to make birdie and hopefully even have a look at an eagle. Will this work? So we're going to play that scenario now. We are level par. I said under par would be great. So I'm going to aim it at the big tree and hopefully just turn it a little bit and leave ourselves something attackable in. Like that. Did you get that sound? Wow. I dare say that's down there with where a driver would be anyway, but so good this, so good. And I'm actually quite glad that this club hasn't let me down today, because often you can kind of have a bit of a period where you're hitting a club well and you start telling your mates, oh yeah, I'm hitting that really well, I'm really enjoying it, and then obviously it goes to pot, whereas today it's done me proud. Right, so could it be eagle time? Now I'm not actually sure that I haven't told you this story before as well, but I played in a tournament at Moortown many years ago in a PGA comp, and it was one of my best results. I think I shot kind of level par, in fact I know it was level par, and I finished 3rd. It was quite a tough day, it was a very difficult scoring day, and funnily enough I broke my driver in the boot on the way there. So I had to use a 3-wood. It was actually a Titleist 913 D 3-wood, so the bigger headed one. Funny how you remember these things, isn't it? Just so you know, this is where my ball's finished as well. So I mean, if I do hit driver on here, it's literally going to be down near that other tree. Is it worth it to say potentially it could go over there, or it could go over there, or it could, you get the drift. But to finish off the story there, I played well. It was one of my best finishes. I won a couple of £100, and generally I don't win a couple of £100, so that's always been in the back of my mind. Where's this flag? 254. Should have hit driver. In fairness, it is downhill. Chase it down there. Long iron, like we said. Oh, a bit that good. Just get right a bit. I think that might be short-sided, but it took a big bounce. I think we're okay. And I also get that hitting driver is enjoyable for a lot of people. It might take away the enjoyment of hitting it as far as you physically can, because there is something in that, isn't there, which we all chase for and we all yearn for. But would you say this video, silent mother again, honestly, but I don't feel like this video, that's it, but I don't feel like this video has been any less entertaining because I've hit 3-wood. If anything, maybe more so because we're playing difficult holes and trying to keep it. I don't know, you tell me, you guys are in charge, not me, on this channel. So just about flag high, and we've not left ourselves that much of a difficult shot. I'm saying this now, I'll probably make an absolute hash of this, but remember the scenario, we're desperate for a birdie, we'd love an eagle, we'd love this to go in, and we've not hit driver off the tee, so we've probably played our second shot in first. This hasn't really put the pressure on if it was match play, it's not really made your playing partner think about it if it wasn't match play, but there's a chance, whereas we're going to land it just on that downslope, I think. Go on the downslope. Go on, go on, go on. Ah! Well, if that's not point proven, I don't know what is. That's 1 under par for three holes, three of what I think are hardest holes. I will finish that just so you all know. Here at Woolley Park Golf Club, and I've enjoyed that. I can't bin it though, can I? Like, surely it has to stay, and maybe I just need to learn how to hit it better, how to not snap hook it, how to not box it a million yards right on occasion. We all know that's probably going to be the case, but guys, get in the comments below and let me know what you think. I think it's quite an intriguing video, I think it's quite an interesting video. I'm also well aware that those two words mean exactly the same thing. So on that terrible basis that I know nothing about the English language that I should do, I'll see you all tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Leave us a like so I know you've enjoyed this video. Comment below, what did you think? Should I use it? Should I not? I'm a bit of 6s and 7s. Also make sure you stay tuned for the Cobra Forge Tech Copper Iron review. And by stay tuned, I mean this was out yesterday. So I'll link it in the description below. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.